Kuat bangun. Saya duduk. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Dengan izin Yang Arif, prosiding pendengaran penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya pada hari ini, 11 Disember 2020, dijalankan secara sidang video Zoom atas persetujuan semua pihak berikutan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan Bersyarat PKPB. Hakim yang bersidang pada hari ini adalah Yang Arif Dato Ahmad Kamal bin Muhammad Shahid, Hakim Mahkamah Tinggi Bahagian Kuasa-Kuasa Khas BKK 1. Saya ingin mengingatkan semua supaya kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun setelah selesai giliran. Dipohon, wakil-wakil yang hadir pada hari ini bagi pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur Selangor untuk memperkenalkan diri. Unmute.
Maafkan saya. Dengan izin Ya Arif, Ahmad Faiz Razali Peguam Persekutuan mewakili Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Peguam Negara.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Pushpa Ratnam mewakili Bar Council.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Mageswaran Rajangga mewakili Kelba dan Selangor Bar.
Terima kasih. Seterusnya saya akan memanggil nombor petisyen. Apabila petisyen dipanggil, Pempetisyen diminta berdiri dan memperkenalkan diri. Kemudian Peguam pengusul mover akan membacakan latar belakang. Pempetisyen pertama, WA 188801-2020.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Lihani, Pempetisyen pertama.
Izin Yang Arif, Wan Azmi hadir berpihak Pempetisyen Lihani. Pada hari ini, rakan-rakan bijaksana sana yang masing-masing mewakili Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Yeah. My Lord, I'm currently in Melaka and I've got a good son. It seems to be a very good day to actually move a call. May please, my Lord, the petition on a lovely 29th of May 1995. A young couple in Malaysia, Mr. Lee Kim Fat and Madam Gan Ah Get, were gifted with a baby girl, the petitioner. A few years down the road, the petitioner's parents saw how lowly she was and gave birth to her younger brother, Lee Shin Ying. The two of them, with their combined forces, went to terrorize the household at the word at large. Ever since the petitioner, Lee Hani, was young, her ambition was always to be a lawyer. In order to achieve her dream, the petitioner had continued to pursue her endeavors by going through a series of formal education, including attending SJKC Manchung, SMKP Jalan Ipoh, and Brickfields Asia College. Fast forward to 2017, the petitioner graduated with a law degree from the Brickfields Asia College and obtained her certificate in legal practice 2 years after. The petitioner has also completed her 9 months pupillage in Mrs. Azwa and Associate as a pupil under the tutelage of Mr. Law Chia Hui, who has been in a legal practice for the past 12 years. The knowledge that Azwa and associates have imparted to the petitioner has been a great asset throughout her career. From weakness to strength, from grass to grace, and from nothing to something. It is therefore not a surprise that she sums up the period chambering at Azwa and Associates as very interesting. On this day of admission, the petitioner would like to take this great opportunity to thank a number of key players who has been showing unwavering support and encouragement in her endeavors. The petitioner would like to first and foremost thank the Almighty God for all the blessing He has showered on the petitioner and her family, and for constantly being there with her through the ups and downs in life. Secondly, the petitioner expresses her utmost gratitude to her family, to her parents. No words can express how thankful she is for their endless love, support, and sacrifice. Without them, she could not have been able to achieve any of the milestones in her life. The petitioner would like to record her everlasting appreciation to her master, Mr. Lord Chia Hui, whom she testifies is the best teacher for invaluable advice, guidance, and opportunities given to her throughout her pupillage and at the time at the firm. Last, to everyone past and present at the firm, the petitioner thanks each and everyone for an interesting ride. My Lord, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I submit the petitioner's papers are in order and believe that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee respectively have no objections to this motion. I humbly move this honorable court to admit and enroll the petitioner Ali Hani as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
We have no
Masuk,
objection, my lord.
My Lord, there's no objections from the Malaysian Bar.
Elba.
My Lord, I pray for the petitioner to be admitted and an order in terms, my Lord.
Sebentar saya belum dapat pengesahan daripada Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur. Cik Magis Warren.
Tiada bantahan, Arif.
Terima kasih. Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesion Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Li Hani untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih, Arif. My Lord, I seek the court's leave that the petitioner self-robe herself.
Dibenarkan.
Thank you, my Lord. Much obliged.
Sama-sama.
Pempetisyen kedua, WA 18-1498-09-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Alex Anton Neto hadir bagi pihak.
Cik Alex, sorry to disturb you.
Yes, my lord.
Saya mohon pempetisyen memperkenalkan diri dulu ya.
My apologies, my lord.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Aida binti Zuki, pempetisyen kedua.
Silakan Cik Alex.
Much obliged, my lord. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Alex Anton Neto hadir bagi pihak pempetisyen Aida binti Zuki pada hari ini dan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Selangor yang telah diperkenalkan sebelum ini. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujaan dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged, my lord. My Lord, I would first and foremost want to record apologies on behalf of Puan Hendon. I'm stepping in at the last minute for Puan Hendon for this pupil. May it please your Lordship, with your Lordship's permission, I would like to introduce the petitioner Aida binti Zuki, who seeks to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. Your petitioner, my Lord, was born on the 6th of April 1995 as the eldest daughter in the family to Puan Siti Zubaida binti Hamza and Inche Zuki bin Shahari. The petitioner completed her Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia SPM in 2012 and furthered her studies in the Foundation of Law and University Technology Mara in the Sungai Petani campus. She graduated with Bachelor's of Law with honors from University Sultan Zainal Abidin in 2019. She then had the honor of doing her pupillage under the guidance of Mr. Amran bin Ismail of Mrs. Hasif Azham Rizal and Co. The petitioner is first and foremost grateful to the Lord Almighty for this remarkable life paid for her. The petitioner also owes a great debt of gratitude for so many of her people she has met through her humbling journey. The petitioner would like to first and foremost thank her parents, Inche Zuki and Puan Zubaida, family and friends for their never-ending love, support and prayers. The petitioner also dedicates her gratitude to her master and all staff at Mrs. Azham Rizal and Co. for the constant teaching, guidance and patience throughout her pupillage. The petitioner also would like to extend her gratitude to the Attorney General's Chambers, the Malaysian Bar Council, Selangor and Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee for their cooperation and support throughout her journey. My Lord, I believe that your petitioner is a fit and proper person pursuant to the Legal Profession Act of 1976, and I verily believe that the petitioner's papers are in order and complete. And I verily believe that there will be no objections from my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, Bar Council, and from the Selangor Bar Committee, respectively. As such, my Lord, I humbly pray that the petitioner, Aida binti Zuki, be admitted and registered as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
We have no objection, my Lord.
The Bar Council has no objections either, my Lord.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Aida binti Zuki untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
My Lord, I respectfully seek leave from your Lordship for the pupil to self-robe, my Lord.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Much obliged, my Lord.
Sama-sama.
Pempetisyen ketiga WA 18-1575-09-2019.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, nama saya Nur Nadia Natasha Nasaruddin, pempetisyen ketiga.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Denise Chong Peyu, Peguam Pengusul bagi Nur Nadia Natasha Nasaruddin yang hadir pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah diperkenalkan terlebih dahulu. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Thank you, my Lord. May I introduce the petitioner Nur Nadia Natasha Nasaruddin. The petitioner was born in Klang on the 31st of March 1996, but would later call Banting as her home and a place where she grew up. She is the firstborn to a wonderful couple of Mr. Nasaruddin Lihem and Madam Noor Hafiza Hamri. The petitioner read laws at University Technology Mara, Shah Alam, and graduated in October 2019 with honors. Law school was no bed of roses, but the petitioner maintains that the 5 years in UiTM Shah Alam was the best times of her life. The petitioner then commenced and completed her pupillage at Messieurs Sharina and Zuraifa under the tutelage of my learned friend, her pupil master, Mrs. Sharina Sharil. My Lord, on this memorable day, the petitioner would like to dedicate her gratitude and heartfelt appreciation to her parents, Mr. Nasaruddin Lihem and Madam Noor Hafiza binti Hamri, and also to her brothers, Muhammad Nafis Ilman and Muhammad Nafis Aiman, for their endless tender love and care. The petitioner states that she's been blessed in so many ways, but the biggest blessing in her life has always been her family. The petitioner will always be grateful for those days when the petitioner's father would drive the petitioner to her classes in UiTM Shah Alam all the way from Banting every day. The petitioner had never once heard complaints from him, but only words of encouragement, from which the petitioner had learned the values of endless love. And subsequently, when the petitioner has moved to Shah Alam for easier commute to her classes, her family helped her to paint and decorate her rented house, so as to ensure that the petitioner will always feel at home, despite being away from the family. The petitioner states that no words of thank you will be enough to thank the sacrifices made by the petitioner's parents for her. The petitioner will also wish to record her appreciation to her pupil master, Mrs. Sharina Sharil, for giving her an opportunity to undergo her pupillage under her wings, and is very thankful for her master's guidance and knowledge sharing. And also not to forget Mrs. Zuraifa Abdurrahman. The petitioner is grateful for always being kind to guide her and to give advice to the petitioner during the chambering period. Her thanks also go out to Miss Naelia Julius and Mrs. Putri Nur Fahana for always helping the petitioner when in need and making her pupillage an enjoyable and unforgettable journey. Further, the petitioner would like to specifically thank her kind and loving girls in UiTM Shah Alam for always having the petitioner's back, especially through her difficult and confusing times. The petitioner is also indebted to her best friends, Aisha Sharin and Iman Aisha, for their unflinching support and encouragement. And lastly, to the petitioner's one and only, she records her thanks for always being there for her. My Lord, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya, and the papers are in order. I also believe that my learned friends from the relevant bodies have no objections to this petition. I therefore humbly pray that the petitioner be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
We have no objection, my Lord.
The Bar Council has got no objections either, my Lord.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Nur Nadiah Natasha binti Nasaruddin untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Thank you, my Lord. With that, I seek leave for the petitioner to self-robe herself.
Itu yang dibenarkan.
Thank you, my Lord.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Okay, sama-sama.
Pempetisyen keempat, WA 18-1922-11-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Cho Hui Kay, Pempetisyen keempat.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Vinu Kamalanandan, Peguam Pengusul bagi pihak Pempetisyen Cho Pui K. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya dari Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti yang diperkenalkan pada awal prosiding tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri mohon kepada Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk meneruskan pembicaraan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
My Lord, may I introduce the petitioner, Cho Pui K, also known as Zephyrin to many, who was born and raised at Ipoh. Brought up in a family of 5, the petitioner is the youngest child of Mr. Cho Kok Seng and Madam Yap Lily. The family, though small, is always filled with witty banters and friendly crossfires with a fair share of Tom and Jerry misdeeds. Naturally, the petitioner was constantly being outranked and treated as a tot. Thus, it came as a surprise that the youngest child in the family will be the one enforcing the house rules and discipline now. The petitioner was a true blue MGSian and later an ACSian, before reading law at the University of Malaya. Upon graduation, the petitioner commenced her pupillage in Mrs. Lee Ishamuddin Ellen and Gladhill. The petitioner was fortunate to be under the tutelage of 2 masters during her pupillage voyage. Firstly, Mr. Bahari Yao Tian Hong and subsequently Mr. Lim Heng Sek, both of which offered unconditional guidance and unwary patience to her. While her tension and anxiety levels may have doubled, the petitioner's experiences were twice as rich throughout the entire 9 months. Numerous bittersweet moments were molded during the petitioner's education history and professional trainings, to which she would hold dear to her heart. While the petitioner aspired to be an all-rounder and a high achiever for the whole of her studies, extracurricular activities and professional trainings, the journey was constantly punctuated by innumerable maelstroms and turbulences as well. There were some chapters that made her cry for weeks, but there were also moments when she did not want the pages to end. As such, the petitioner is forever grateful and indebted to all the angelic souls sent along her way that pulled her out of the troubled waters oftentimes. There are countless beautiful and kind souls accompanying her at different phases of her growth, empowering her and offering her guidance in all shapes and forms, be it her family members, friends turned family, seniors, juniors, relatives, teachers, and colleagues. That the list will be never ending if the petitioner were to name each and every one today. Nonetheless, while these angels are not named specifically herein, their deeds and contributions continue to live on with the petitioner. Without each and every one of their vibrant touches in her life, the petitioner would not have made it this far, and to be able to unlock yet another momentous milestone successfully. My Lord, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be part of the profession, and that the petitioner's papers are in order, and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee respectively have no objections to the cause. Wherefore I humbly pray that the petitioner be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
We have no objection, my Lord.
Bar Council has got no objections either, my Lord.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesion Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Cho Pui K untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
I'm obliged, my Lord. In this regard, my Lord, I humbly pray for this Honourable Court to allow the petitioner, Cho Pui K, to self-rogue herself.
Dibenarkan.
I'm obliged, my Lord.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Petisyen kelima WA 18-2082-12-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, organisasi kandidasi Petisyen kelima.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Kalyana Sundram, anak laki-laki Narayana Sami, hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Mohon anak laki diganti dasan pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan yang bijaksana yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam KL dan Selangor telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan ujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris Yang Arif.
Dibenarkan.
Yang Arif, may I introduce the petitioner Morgan Atasan. The petitioner was born on the 24th of September 1995 in Petaling Jaya and is the second child of Mr. Gandhi Dasan and Mrs. Pechai. The petitioner had his early education in SJKT Vivekananda before continuing his secondary education in SMK Bukit Bintang, where he completed his SPM in 2012. The petitioner then completed his foundation studies at Multimedia University Malacca and was accepted to pursue his degree in Bachelor's of Law Honours at Multimedia University Malacca. He was then honoured with a degree in 2019. Upon completion of his degree, the petitioner commenced his pupillage in Messrs. Raju and Associate under the tutelage of Mr. Raju and Mr. Vikraman. Today, the petitioner wishes to take this opportunity to express his utmost gratitude to his family. He would like to thank his parents for their unwavering support and encouragement, without which he would not have been able to achieve any of this milestone in his life. The petitioner would like to thank his pupil master, Mr. Raju, for providing him with guidance throughout his pupillage and for enabling him to see the great art of advocacy and persuasion that he learned in law school come to life, Yang Arif. I personally yet to find the art of advocacy, Yang Arif. The petitioner would also like to thank Mr. Vikraman for offering invaluable advice and guidance in regard to life and the realities of legal profession. No words can express how thankful the petitioner is to them for the opportunities that has been given to the petitioner, Yang Arif. Finally, Yang Arif, the petitioner would like to thank all his colleagues and friends at Messrs. Raju and Associate, namely Mr. Kadir, Miss Hidayah, Mr. Ruby, for making his experience there a memorable one and though times more bearable. Yang Arif, petitioner also would like to express his utmost gratitude to his MMU friends, university friends, and well-wishers. Words cannot express how grateful petitioner is for their kindness and generosity. He is incredibly fortunate to have someone like you all in his life. Petitioner could not have done this far without you guys. Their love, laughter, support, and devotion have truly sustained the petitioner. Yang Arif, I believe the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. And I humbly believe all the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General Chambers, Bar Council, Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee, respectively, have no objection to this motion. Therefore, I humbly pray that the petitioner, Mohammed Dasan, Gandhi Dasan, be admitted and enrolled as an advocate solicitor of the High Court of Malaya, Yang Arif.
We have no objection.
The Bar Council has no objections either, Lord.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima Masuk Morgana Tassen, anak lelaki di Gandhi Tassen, untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya juga memohon dengan reda diri leave of the court for the petitioner to self-rope.
Dibenarkan.
Eventually we get it right, I think.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Petisyen ke-6 WA18-2148-12/2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Ilham binti Fakrul Faris, petisyen ke-6 pada hari ini.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Nili Asma Muhani mewakili Pempetisyen Ilham binti Fakrul Faris pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk membacakan ucapan Pempetisyen. Pempetisyen yang dilahirkan pada 21 Mac 1995 merupakan puteri sulung kepada Encik Fakrul Faris Harun dan Puan Nur Hazkiah Cik Idris yang turut bersama-sama Pempetisyen pada hari ini bagi meraihkan hari yang bersejarah ini. Setelah tamat SPM dari Sekolah Menengah Sains Sri Puteri Kuala Lumpur, Pempetisyen telah melanjutkan pelajaran ke peringkat asasi undang-undang di UiTM Cawangan Kuantan Pahang dan kemudiannya meneruskan pelajaran peringkat ijazah sarjana muda undang-undang di UiTM Shah Alam. Pempetisyen kemudiannya memulakan latihan dalam kamar di Tetuan Zul Rafiq and Partners di bawah tunjuk ajar Encik Khairuzaman Muhammad. Yang Arif, pada hari yang bersejarah ini, Pempetisyen ingin memanjatkan rasa syukur kehadrat ilahi atas limpah dan kurnianya. Pempetisyen telah berjaya hingga ke hari ini. Pempetisyen juga ingin mengambil kesempatan ini dengan mengucapkan terima kasih yang tidak terhingga kepada mereka yang telah menyumbang kepada kejayaan Pempetisyen ini. Pempetisyen terutamanya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada kedua ibu bapa yang tercinta yang sentiasa mendoakan kejayaan Pempetisyen atas segala bimbingan, sokongan dan dorongan yang tidak putus-putus. Pempetisyen sangat menghargai jasa dan pengorbanan yang telah mereka lakukan bagi mencorak Pempetisyen pada hari ini. Tanpa mereka, Pempetisyen mungkin tidak akan dapat berdiri di sini dengan bangga untuk diterima masuk sebagai peguam pada hari ini. Pempetisyen juga ingin berterima kasih kepada suaminya, Encik Wan Muhammad Mukarrabin, yang sentiasa ada di samping Pempetisyen serta mendoakan yang terbaik buat Pempetisyen. Tidak lupa juga atas kekuatan yang diberikan kepada Pempetisyen untuk terus berjaya dalam apa jua matlamat Pempetisyen. Pempetisyen ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada adik-adik Pempetisyen, Hanis, Iqbal dan Hanan atas segala doa dan juga kerana sentiasa memudahkan segala kesulitan yang Pempetisyen hadapi. Pempetisyen juga ingin merakamkan perhargaan kepada Encik Khairuzaman Muhammad iaitu pengajar kepada Pempetisyen atas bimbingan dan tunjuk ajar sepanjang 9 bulan menjalani latihan dalam kamar di Tuan Zul Rafiq dan partners. Pempetisyen berharap segala tunjuk ajar dan ilmu yang telah dicurahkan oleh Encik Khairuzaman dapat Pempetisyen gunakan dengan sebaiknya. Pengalaman bersama rakan-rakan pelatih yang lain iaitu Cik Syida, Cik Ku, Cik Nafis, Cik Alia dan Cik Nadia merupakan pengalaman yang amat bermakna buat Pempetisyen, dan Pempetisyen berdoa agar persahabatan yang terjalin sepanjang tempoh latihan tersebut kekal selamanya. Pempetisyen juga ingin mengambil kesempatan ini untuk menghargai sahabat baik Pempetisyen yang sentiasa berada bersama Pempetisyen semasa senang maupun susah, iaitu Cik Arina, Cik Fika dan rakan-rakan universiti yang semuanya telah membantu menjayakan impian Pempetisyen hingga ke hari ini. Pempetisyen amat menghargai setiap jasa dan pertolongan mereka dan berharap persahabatan yang sedia ada merupakan persahabatan yang diredai Allah SWT. Pempetisyen berharap pada hari ini Pempetisyen telah membanggakan kedua ibu bapa, suami, keluarga dan rakan-rakan Pempetisyen. Pempetisyen berasa berendah diri dan bangga untuk menjadi sebahagian daripada profesen yang mulia ini. Yang Arif, saya percaya Pempetisyen layak dan sesuai untuk diterima masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Saya juga percaya segala surat cara Pempetisyen adalah dalam keadaan teratur dan tiada bantahan dari rakan-rakan bijaksana saya. Oleh yang demikian Yang Arif, saya memohon agar Pempetisyen Ilham binti Fakrul Faris diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada sebarang bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Ilham binti Fakrul Faris untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk membenarkan Pempetisyen menyarung jubahnya sendiri.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Pempetisyen terakhir WE 18-12-01-2020.
Dengan izin Arif, nama saya Teo Chia Hao, Pempetisyen ke-7 pada hari ini.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Alex Anton Neto hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Teo Chia Hao pada hari ini dan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged, my lord. May I introduce the petitioner, Teo Chia Hao. The petitioner was born on the 1st of October 1995 in the state of Johor and growing up in Johor Bahru, Johor, where he is the eldest child of Mr. Teo Hee Peng and Madam Lim Eng Chu. The petitioner had his early education in SJKC Funyu 1 and later continued his secondary education in Sekolah Menengah Sri Omega. The petitioner completed the first year of his bachelor's degree of law with honours in Taylor's University and 2 years thereafter in the University of Sheffield, United Kingdom, via a transfer program, and successfully graduated in July of 2017. After his graduation, my lord, the petitioner then returned to Malaysia and continued his studies in Brickfields Asia College to pursue the Certificate in Legal Practice, CLP. He was fortunate to have passed the exam and completed the exams in 2019. The petitioner is indeed fortunate and honored to be offered a place to complete his pupillage in Masa Stay and Lee under the expert guidance of his pupil master, Miss Or E. Ling. Today, the petitioner, my lord, wishes to take this opportunity to express his utmost gratitude to his family. He would like to thank his family for the unconditional love and support, as well as encouragement, without which he would not have been able to achieve any of the milestones in his life. No words are able to express how thankful the petitioner is to his family for their love, support, and sacrifices. My lord, the petitioner would like to especially thank his pupil master, Miss Or E. Ling, for being such a fantastic pupil master and providing him a strong foundation in the legal field. The petitioner is thankful for all the motivation, inspiration, opportunities, guidance, and advices from his pupil master throughout his pupillage, which not only shaped and prepared him to be a great lawyer, but more importantly, to be a better man. The petitioner would also like to thank all the partners and colleagues in Masa Stay and Lee, namely Mr. Lee Chong Ho, Mr. Tay Lip Jin, Mr. Lim Fang Ki, Ms. Tan Ying Fung, Mr. Liu Lun Bun Ho, Mr. Chin Kawe, Ms. Florence Liu, Ms. Simone Perry Lee, and Mr. Jason Ong, to name a few, as well as all his friends for their kindness, supports, and making every moment a memorable one. The petitioner would like to express his heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Kyle Pang, Mr. Chan Chang Yang, Ms. Teo Zizing, and Ms. Tam Gyap Chi for their willingness to share their invaluable knowledge, experience, and guidance throughout his pupillage. Last but not least, the petitioner is also extremely grateful to Mr. Alex Anton Neto, his mover today, who has kindly agreed to take time out of his very busy schedule to move his call. You're most welcome. Young Arif, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe all the petitioner's papers are in order, and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee respectively have no objections to this motion. I therefore humbly move this honorable court to admit and enroll the petitioner, Teo Chia Hao, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
We have no objection, my lord.
The Bar Council has got no objections either, my lord, especially since he's a Johorian.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesion Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Teo Chia Hao untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
My lord, I respectfully seek leave for the pupil to robe himself, man.
Dibenarkan,
Terima kasih, Yang Arif.
Much obliged, my lord.
Semua 7 petisyen telah selesai. Terima kasih kepada semua wakil 3 badan berkenaan dan pengusul Dan tahniah kepada semua Pempetisyen yang telah didaftarai sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Seterusnya, ucapan Yang Arif Hakim.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan selamat pagi. Saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada wakil-wakil daripada yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan peguam-peguam pengusul yang telah sudi hadir di Majlis Perbicaraan Petisyen Penerimaan Masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara yang ditetapkan di hadapan saya pada pagi ini secara dalam talian melalui sidang video yang disiarkan secara langsung. Tidak lupa saya ingin ucapkan dan merakamkan ucapan syabas dan tahniah kepada tenaga-tenaga pengajar, masters dan firma-firma Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara yang telah berjaya mendidik dan membimbing Pempetisyen sehingga menjadi peguam pada pagi ini. Li Hani, Aida binti Zuki, Nur Nadiah Natasha binti Nasaruddin, Choh Puiki, Morgana Tassen, anak lelaki di Gandhi Tassen, Ilham binti Fakrul Faris dan Teo Chia Hau. Di kesempatan ini, saya ingin mengucapkan syabas dan tahniah kepada semua Pempetisyen sebentar tadi yang telah diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Pada kelazimannya, perbicaraan penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dibuat secara fizikal di mahkamah terbuka dengan kehadiran semua pihak termasuk ibu bapa, saudara mara dan sahabat handai Pempetisyen. Walau bagaimanapun, dengan tercetusnya penularan pandemik COVID-19 yang melanda negara baru-baru ini, ianya telah banyak mengubah corak hidup masyarakat di negara ini dengan mengamalkan norma-norma baharu kehidupan. Badan Kehakiman Malaysia juga tidak terlepas daripada menerima tempias berikutan dengan pandemik tersebut. Oleh yang demikian, bagi memastikan akses kepada keadilan, access to justice dapat disampaikan kepada masyarakat, maka pada pagi ini perbicaraan penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya telah dijalankan dengan norma baru, iaitu dibuat secara dalam talian melalui sidang video yang dapat disaksikan secara langsung live melalui YouTube dan dapat ditonton di seluruh pelosok dunia. Saya percaya bagi wakil-wakil daripada 3 badan yang berkenaan dan juga peguam-peguam pengusul yang baru pertama kali hadir di perbicaraan penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara, dan juga bagi Pempetisyen yang diterima masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya pada pagi ini. Ini adalah merupakan kali pertama tuan-tuan dan puan-puan hadir melalui sidang video yang disiarkan secara langsung, dan ianya telah melakar satu detik sejarah bukan saja bagi diri tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, tetapi sebagai kejayaan tuan-puan sebagai peguam. Ia juga telah melakarkan hari ini dalam sejarah bagi sejarah kehakiman dan perundangan negara, kerana inilah buat julung kalinya perbicaraan penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara diadakan secara melalui dalam talian yang disiarkan secara langsung. Sebagai tradisi, izinkan saya memberi sepatah dua kata bagi meraihkan majlis kita yang berbahagia pada pagi ini. I would like to begin again by heartily congratulating each and every one of you. Today is a momentous day for all of you. It marks not the end of your privilege, but rather the beginning of your professional life as a lawyer. This is a very special and privileged moment in the life of a new lawyer. Today is the beginning of a whole vista of opportunities in this honorable profession, a profession which carries with it rights involving heavy obligations and empowering responsibilities. The success you have achieved in being admitted to the High Court of Malaya is not yours alone. A special tribute must be given to your families, particularly your parents, who, in one way or another, be it financially or otherwise, supported you and gave you their succor as you endeavored to become a lawyer. I'm sure your family and friends felt as if they were reading law and sitting for exams alongside you as you strive to achieve your ambition of becoming a lawyer. It may be fair to say your achievements are in some ways their achievements. Please take this opportunity after this ceremony to thank them for their support and their patience. Please allow me on this special day of yours to convey some advice. Let me start with a quote from Lord Denning. Barristers owe an allegiance to a higher cause. It is a cause of justice and truth. As part of this honorable profession, there are certain responsibilities expected of you. One main responsibility is to maintain the highest professional standard of integrity and competence at all times. The legal profession is a noble, learned, and honorable one. Respect and success can only be earned through hard work and adherence to strong ethical and professional values. As you have chosen to join this profession, you should thus aim and commit yourself to the fair administration of justice. In conducting yourself as a lawyer, you are expected to maintain the highest professional standards. What this further entails is that you should always be polite, always be courteous and respectful of others, regardless whether they are lawyers, judges, or clients. Having professional standards equally connotes that you conduct yourself in a manner befitting of the profession. In so doing, always remain humble and true to yourself. You are joining an old and ancient profession where diligence and vigilance are always expected. In the words of Lord Radcliffe, quote, "You cannot train a judge to be judged, but you can educate a lawyer to be a lawyer," unquote. By being called to the bar today, you are on the threshold of the beginning of your education to become lawyers. While this is an occasion to celebrate your successes thus far, I'm afraid your legal education is far from complete. Law is a profession that demands constant learning, and you must engage with the evolving of rules and legal principles that have resulted from years of analysis. What this translates into is hard work. There is no substitute for hard work. You owe it to yourself and to your clients to always give your best. In order to further hone your legal skills, you should volunteer and conduct as many as possible pro bono works in courts so as to give you the experience and confidence in court later on. Before I end, let me say again, and I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to all of you and wish you the very best in what I hope will be a long and fulfilling career in law. Stay home, stay safe. Kita jaga kita, jangan leka dan alfa. Kita teguh, kita menang. With that, The court is now adjourned.
Cepat bangun.